Sports Radio 95.7.
Well, the first inning for Gio, he had kind of a wild ride, a strikeout, a single, a strikeout, and a walk. So the Royals had 2 on with 2 out, and Betemeat was hitting. Here's the stretch by Gonzalez with 2 on and 2 out. And the runners are going, and the pitch is swung on and missed on a high fastball, and Gonzalez strikes out the side. As the Royals leave 2, they fail to score with the A's coming up in the bottom half. In the bottom of the second, the A's would load the bases with 1 out. Derek Barton was hitting against Jeff Francis. Now feels slightly toward left. And the 2-0 pitch. And it's swung on and bounced back a first. Fair ball. Betemeat goes to second for 1. And that's all they get. And the A's take a 1-0 lead. A hard slide into second by Suzuki. So the force at second, 3-6 from Betemeat to Escobar. Scoring from third was Jackson, and the A's take a 1-0 lead. Out number 2, and the Athletics have runners at first and third. And the red-hot Jemiah Weeks was coming up next for the Athletics. So the 1-1 pitch to Weeks. Francis to the plate, and Jemiah hits it to left center field, up the alley. Nobody's there, and that's going to the wall. 1 run is in. Barton's around second. He's going to third. They're going to wave him. Barton's around third. Here's a throw to the plate. The slide, he barrels into Pena. He scores, and winding up at third of the play is Weeks, and the Athletics take a 3-0 lead. And then after that, the A's move the lineup to the top for Coco Crisp. Now Francis peeks over his shoulder at third, working from the stretch with the A's leading 3-0. The 0-2 pitch is a line drive right center. That's a base hit. Trotting home from third is Weeks. Holding at first with a single is Crisp. And now it's 4-0 A's. And then the A's are looking to extend their lead in the third inning. Hideki Matsui is leading off. This was after the earlier ejection of the A's skipper.
So we didn't really see the ejection by Tim Cheetah of Bob Melvin. And then Bob came out and talked to the crew chief. And certainly Bob had some issues with the first base and second base umpires earlier in the game as Matsui clocks one to deep right field, and he has just hit number 499. Matsui is alive and well in the East Bay. He just creamed one from Jeff Francis. His 6th home run this year. His 3rd home run with Bob Melvin as the manager. Yeah, they're getting along just fine. And the A's lead it 5-0.
And after that, eventually 2 singles and a hit batter, and Derek Barton back with a chance to drive in another run.
To set the pitch, swung on, rolled up the first baseline. Betemeat gloves, and he will take it to first base by himself. Across the plate for the Athletics is Willingham. It's 6-0 Oakland. Jackson moves to third. Suzuki up to second. Barton gets his 2nd RBI today and his 20th of the season.
And the Royals would finally get on the board. A couple of singles allowed by Gio, then a force play and a strikeout. And Melky Cabrera, the switch hitter, was hitting. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Escobar running. Here's the pitch, and it's swung on. Driving to center field. Short center, a long run for Coco. He's not going to get it. It falls for a hit. So Pena scores, and Escobar goes from first to third. Cabrera dunks a single to center, and the Royals are on the board. 6-1 Athletics. Not well hit, but perfectly placed. Now the Royals looking to make things interesting. The dangerous Francoeur was up next. Now the 1-1 by Gonzalez, and Francoeur drills one to left. Willingham back, it's over his head, and that's going to the wall. 1 run is going to score. They're going to stop Cabrera at third on a line shot, double to left by Francoeur. Escobar scored on the play, and now it's a 6-2 ball game. And they had runners at second and third, so a base hit by Billy Butler, and the Royals would have been right in the game. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. The set, the kick, here it is, and it's swung on and missed. A fastball up and away. And Gio keeps the damage down. He gives up 2 runs, but the Royals leave runners at second and third. And halfway through our ballgame today, after 4.5, the A's lead the Royals 6-2. Jeff Francis left the game in the 4th inning. Nate Adcock was pitching for the Royals in the bottom of the 5th when Jemiah Weeks had a runner in scoring position. Here's the 1-1 pitch by Adcock. And Weeks hits a ground ball into right for a base hit. Around third is Sizemore. Up with the ball is Francoeur. Here's the throw to the plate. And and scoring is Sizemore. He goes around Pena, who bobbled the ball, never held it. Sizemore scores. Weeks goes to second on the throw, and the Athletics take a 7-2 lead. Jemiah Weeks have a first week and a half in the big leagues. 2 hits today and 3 RBIs. A's on top 7-2.
Sharply hit through the right side, and even with that, with Francoeur having to come a long way to get to that baseball, he still makes it very interesting at home plate, the way he gets to it and gets rid of it in a hurry on the fly, but just a hair too late.
Meanwhile, for the A's, Gio was able to gut out 6 innings, and he was really on his game in the 6th with 2 out facing Brian Pena. 2 out, 7-2 A's, 6th inning. Gonzalez to the plate, and here it is. And ring him up, fastball, strike 3 called, 93 miles an hour at the knees. A perfect pitch. Strikeout number 10 for Gio Gonzalez. We go to the bottom of the 6th. A's 7, Kansas City 2. And then Joey Devine had some anxious moments in the 7th inning, an E4 on Weeks, a walk, and then a double steal. But then he had the strikeout pitch. He got Meyer, he got Cabrera. He went to work on Francoeur.
So a base hit could really make it interesting now. 2-2 the count. Devine readies and fires. Fastball swing and a miss. High octane at 93 miles an hour. And Francoeur is gone on strikes. Devine K's the side after the first 2 Royals get on base. No runs, no hits, and error. 2 men are left. On to the bottom of the 7th. We stretch at the Coliseum. A's lead at 7-2.
In that bottom of the 7th, Nate Adcock would reach the end of the line. The last batter he faced was Suzuki.
A ball and 2 strikes on Suzuki. The A's a 5-run lead. The pitch. Breaking ball grounded to third. Fair ball by diving Moustakas toward the left field corner. Sizemore to third. Gallego's going to wave him home. Meyer has trouble digging it out, and Sizemore will score standing up on an RBI double by Kurt Suzuki. The A's add on, and they now lead it 8-2.
In the 8th inning, Michael Wirtz pitching for the A's. The Royals would parlay 3 doubles into 2 runs. So the A's were leading 8-4. And then when the 9th inning began, another double greeted Grant Balfour. A leadoff 2-base hit by Mitch Meyer. Then Balfour settled down. He struck out Cabrera. He struck out Francoeur. The last chance for the Royals today was Billy Butler. Balfour peers in to get his sign. Butler's a right-handed hitter. Here's the pause for the 1-1 pitch. A bouncy ball right side, taken by Jemiah Weeks at second. Throw to first in time for the out, and the A's have won the series. For the first time since late May, when the A's swept Baltimore, the Athletics have won a series as they beat the Royals today by the final of 8-4, and they take 2 out of 3. And Vince Cotroneo will be talking with Gio Gonzalez when the A's postgame continues.